everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are back with Turnabout Substitution. So, as of last episode, we found the guard who was the witness to the crime, got a tiny bit of information from there, but mostly a lot of him complaining about his life. Oh boy, he's gonna be interesting, he's gonna be entertaining, and a tiny bit more mysterious bus killings, but more so in the fact of Riowitz talking about her own experience. It feels like this whole situation that all the characters know exactly what the whole thing of the MO is entirely, but like us as the viewer and like the audience are left a bit in the dark, and we're supposed to pick up like the small subtle pieces because it still feels a tiny bit weird about like I guess arresting someone like for a shared crime like that, unless like there's actually was true proof to, arrest, like, Erlenmeyer, besides he knows stuff about the MO. Because this feels like a whole bunch of there is the whole deal of like the photos of like lots of missing people left at like I guess houses, and like him knowing those details, but like no one's ever turned up, like even said like no bodies. Like it feels like they're just assuming all of that. That's what it feels like anyway, putting a big label of serial killer on there. And it all just very reeks of very strange stuff, circumstances, and everything like that. I guess we'll figure out as we go along, but we still have to find out. We have to find out something or other about like where Erlenmeyer, or I guess where the bodies are, something like that. Maybe all the people who were the victims in the past serial killing were actually a part of people who actually wanted to escape their lives and like live off and alone in a different colony. I don't know, something like that. Don't know why, but the whole like Charles Darwin sheet and all that, like the whole similar MO at every single victim, though, it just doesn't make too much quite sense at all. But just sitting here just thinking about things that can help, we got a case to solve, so what else can we go to look at for? Like, oh boy, this Ria's office is like all these different things. Hey, is Paul Strings here? Mr. Justice, I'm terribly sorry I kept you waiting. Please get my most humble apologies. Mr. Chief Justice, it's an honor to be here, sir. We definitely didn't ransack this place before. Thank you. And who, might I ask, is the... oh god. Prosecutor princess partaking in your probe? Alliteration. Oh, I'm Riowitz. Very pleased to meet you, sir. I summoned you here today to urge you not to defend Mr. Chambers in court tomorrow. What? Why? This is one case you're not going to win, Mr. Justice. I have been in politics long enough to know that reputation means everything. Okay. I don't care about my reputation. I know that Chambers is innocent. I thought you might say something like that. Very well. For better or worse, I have some information for you regarding the case. Okay, then. Alright, then. Golden gun on the list for me. The Chambers case has been handed to a novice judge. Don't let appearances deceive you, however. He is a brilliant, one might be tempted to call him a genius. Okay. Driven by his libido's cyanide, he shall ascertain the jurors' fully grasp the facts of the case before sending a man to prison. It reminds me of your client, as a matter of fact. Libido? Did I read that right? Was that spelled right? Please tell me. That's supposed to be something else. Judge Chambers? A genius? Oh no. I see it down your eyes, Mr. Justice, but what I speak is the truth. Erstwhile sagacious, yet impetuous, nowadays wise, yet forgetful, Mr. Chambers would hardly recognize his former self in a mirror. All is flux, nothing stays still, Heraclitus once said. But you will not save him from decay, Mr. Justice, nor will you save him from conviction. I probably should have expected this after seeing all the books on the bookshelf over there, but I'm, Gula, stop. The influence, it's going back in time. As I already said, this is one case you're not going to win. Thank you so much, Mr. Chief Justice. Your negativity is really helping me right now. Thanks. Lots. Your opponent in tomorrow's trial will be Jessica Poole, prosecuting legend. Jessica Poole. At 67, she is the universal wisdom of a bicentennial oak, the passionate heart of an erupting volcano. Although she lived abroad for many years, she is still considered to be the best attorney of her generation. One single faux pas will not only cost you a guilty verdict, but also tarnish your name for years to come. However talented you might be, you don't stand a chance against her. You're saying the exact same things that many other people say with Phoenix and Von Karma and all that, and Edgeworth and Francisca. Well, and almost in some Castigado, but like he literally he never lost a case because he never was in a case until going against Phoenix. So there's that. So this is not really dissuading at all. Humility is the foundation of all the other virtues, Saint Augustine once said. Which is why I strongly advise you to not take this case. You have nothing to win and everything to lose. Like reputation, which Apollo just said he doesn't care about. You sure warned us, Apollo. With him, he probably could have condensed that in just like a sentence or two. Really. Whatever, I'm still going for it. I know Judge is innocent or all. Tomorrow's trial is gonna be sink or swim. Well, I believe this is all information we're gonna gather for today. Oh, okay, we're that close to the ending of the investigation. Oh, wow, okay, I thought we were gonna get more. Yeah, there are still a lot of gray areas. At least we made some progress in investigation. The one thing I want to see if there is, like, is our camera feed showing off, I guess, you know, Erlenmeyer leaving, if he's dead or not? I'm just a bit weirded out by the whole mysterious bus killings, no bodies thing. It just feels very off-putting. To be honest, today has been kind of a crazy day. Tomorrow's my only chance to show them what I'm really made of. Flesh and bone? Bone marrow? Hair? Skin cells? Yeah. And here we are with the trial day. December 27th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant, Lobby number 4. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I need to write down so many notes. Paul Strings, hates us. Okay, done. Boom. Got it. There. Paul Strings hates us. Okay. Are you ready, Apollo? I think so. This could very well be the defining case of your career. Maybe. That's right, if you mess this up, your career is all over! Wouldn't that be like Turnabout Succession? The whole thing with like testing the juror system out? Okay. I don't really need to think about that. And an innocent old man will go to jail if you fail! Rhea, you're kind of overdoing this. And the real, evil, wicked murderer will go free! Oh my god. That's enough, Rhea! But I was just trying to prep you. It's okay if you're doing a horrible job. Look, nasty insults being thrown all about. You can never be too prepared. Oh, our client is coming. Ooh. I actually really like the sprite of this, though. That's the one thing I remember. What's wrong? Do you two know who the prosecutor is? Mr. String said it was Jessica Poole. That was the first time I've heard of her. I remember her from the Erlenmeyer trial, but I don't know anything about her. What is it? Do you know about her? Of course, we're former lovers. Oh, that's gonna make this even greater. Yay! Huh? What happened between the two of you? We met in law school. How a dork like me managed to start dating the queen of the school, I don't know, but I managed it. After we got out of law school, she became a district attorney, and something horrible happened. What is it? She left me and became a power dater. Power dater? Wait, what? What? I thought it would be something a bit worse. What's a power dater? Come on, Apollo. Not only did he lose her, but he didn't even have the comfort in knowing that she would be with someone who loved and truly cared about her. Since she was just engaged in a series of short, superficial relationships. Oh, that's what power dating is. Okay. Literally just going from one relationship to the next without a real commitment? Okay. Well, when you put it that way, it does sound pretty bad. Exactly. Anyway, then what happened? I'm not gonna do the same to you, Apollo. Wait, what? No, nothing. She took on powerful, corrupted business leaders and politicians like they were purse snatchers. She got a lot of death threats. They didn't seem to bother her, but one day she just collapsed under pressure. We got back together and I helped her recover from her depression. But just when I was going to propose to her, she left the country. What? Why? I later found out that she had received another death threat. Where did she go? To Charlotte and Emile. She tried to live a quite peaceful life. She married a young girl and had a beautiful son. I can't pronounce that. She sent me postcards every month telling me what was going on. She became a completely different person. She had this wonderful life in the Virgin Islands. Why'd she come back? Hermes found her. The mom killed her husband and son in front of her eyes. Oh my. She immediately returned to her career as a prosecutor with passion. She would convict dozens of criminals a year and would not let herself succumb to threats again. When Arthur was murdered, she prosecuted the mire for my sake. Mr. Justice, she's a strong, independent woman. She prosecutes with her heart, but won't give up till the bitter end. If you want to win, you're gonna have to win her respect. Wait a second. If you have this long history with her, why is she trying to put you in jail? Life is full of contradictions. I spoke to her yesterday. She's convinced I'm guilty. That's why she's prosecuting. She sounds tough. But at least she's still as much a rookie as I am with the jury system. Technically, wouldn't you have more experience? Yes, but you must now also take into account the bias of the jury. They might prefer a woman to a man, especially one so manipulative. I can see that kind of, actually. Well, maybe. Why would you like someone who's manipulative? It doesn't seem like such a nice trait. It depends the manipulation in turn. Like, it's one thing in, like, manipulating someone for, like, bad ends, but, like, I've seen people, like, just look at just investigations at Edgeworth. Like, he manipulated, like, people, like, get information out of them, tricking him. That's manipulation right there. But that's, quote-unquote, good manipulation. It just depends on, like, how Jessica Poole acts and, like, goes about it. And she has a lot of death threats and all that. I don't know how to think. They manipulate you into liking them. Oh, that makes sense. Besides, the jury system is not so different that all her years for prosecuting count for nothing. The trial's about to begin. We better go in. We won't want to upset the judge. Yeah, wait a second. If you're not going to be the judge, who is? Paul Strings brought this up. Strings? I thought I was the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice? No, his son, Geralt Strings. Nepotism. Building him up, okay. Is he? Come on, Apollo, we don't have time for silly questions. You'll find out when you get in, so let's just go. Alrighty then. Okay. December 27th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 3. Oh, hi. Nice glasses. Court is now in session for the trial, Judge Chambers. The defense and prosecution ready. Paul, you're not here already? And Miss Poole's not here either. Okay. We're all late. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, very well, but why are you invisible? Oh, God. Perhaps we are visible, and you only perceive us as invisible. Oh God! Don't do this whole thing in Turnabout High School. I couldn't see the culprit there. No, I couldn't see him there. No, not this again. There's nothing wrong with the judge's eyesight. He's wearing glasses. He would only perceive us as invisible if we actually are. Then what's your explanation for it? No, I don't think this is that important. Quiet, you! My God. It's a personal matter now. Perhaps a black hole opened up, absorbing the light. Oh, God damn it. Don't you know anything about astrophysics? You see, December 22nd, 10:09. Oh my God. Oh no. Okay. You could have at least warned us to be late. Oh my. Maybe the judge. Oh, Poole? Huh. I'm trying to think of a voice to give her. I do like this. Like, I like the purple outfit though. I don't know why, but thinking in my head, I thought like she was dressed in green. Maybe conflating the green tie, the judge or something. I don't know. Maybe the judge decided the judge is obviously guilty. Decided to just not show up. Judge lowercase to incriminate judge capitalized. Oh, this is gonna be something, right? Did you have red eyes actually? Hello everybody. Sorry I'm late. I initially walked into the wrong room. And how do you know this is the right one? This is courtroom number 4, right? Is it? Yes, it is. Are you sure that the sign you read it corresponded to this courtroom? Oh my... Oh my god. Oh my... Yes, I am. And are you sure this is the right time? Of course, I'm a watch, you know. God damn it, my jokes are gonna be immune to you now. Well, that's the question, actually. Is it a pocket watch? If it is, then you're immune. If not, I got my eyes on you. Is your watch working? Oh, I gotta go. Oh my god. I think this is the right courtroom, Your Honor. She just messing with you. Well, is this true? You were here when it happened, is it? Penalties for the both of you. I haven't done anything. Well, I know penalties. But what about her? Oh, I gotta win this trial. I won't be able to stand this guy presiding over all my future cases. Oh my... Oh, we gotta save the judge at all costs so we don't have to deal with this. Now then, will the prosecution give its opening statement? How do you know I'm ready? Oh my... You already said you were. Oh, really? Yes, then you and the defense started to argue why you were invisible, but I... Never mind. Are you ready? Yes, and I will not give my opening statement. Wait, what about me? You're never ready, Apollo. You're always fine. What about you, Lady Justice? Why is she speaking to Rhea? She's speaking to you, Apollo. What? I like that little sprite, just like, come on, Apollo, listen up, huh? The defense is obviously not ready. Of course, whether he's ready or not has no correlation to the outcome of this trial. I concur. Huh? Your opening statement, please. 4 months ago, Robert Erlenmeyer was convicted as the serial killer behind the mysterious bus killings. Although some might view this as a righteous deed, I certainly do not. The killer of a murderer is a murderer himself. No better, perhaps, even worse, than his victim. And I shall prove by providing motive, opportunity, and decisive evidence that Judge Chambers is this murderer. Wow, she really is formidable. That was an extremely strong opening statement. Now you're probably wondering whatever could make the police arrest an upstanding member of society like the defendant. And I have a witness to perfectly answer that question. The prosecution calls Emma Skye to the stand. She was a witness? Please state your name and occupation. Emma Skye, scientific detective. Will you please testify about the circumstances of the defendant's arrest? Straight to the point. Noise. Why arrest Chambers? I'm getting mixed up with all the voices. Yay. We found the defendant unconscious in the victim's prison cell. The gun was found next to Chambers when we found him. We later proved this gun was the murder weapon. We know Erlenmeyer is not alive, even if we don't have his body. Oh, really? Like, is there a camera? Like, oh, did I miscalculate the blood? Like, how much blood there was left behind, actually? Oh. That might actually prove it, then. Oh. Oh, boy. Well, I had to get on my system anyway. The bullet discovered that the scene indicates he was shot in the forehead. Wait, that... But there was no blood in that bullet, though. It was just like a blank wall. There was a blood handprint to the left of it, but I didn't see any blood in it at all. He didn't comment on it. We also found traces of blood on both the wall and bed. Yeah, it was everywhere. Genetic testing established that it was the victim's blood. The evidence and testimony all point at Chambers, so we'd arrest him. What? How long is this testimony? Thank you, that testimony was very informative. Now, Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. That was a very long one. Oh my. Oh, I like the very bottom screen, it's nice. We found the defendant unconscious in the victim's prison cell. It helps if we just get a general understanding, anyway. Wasn't there someone else, Mr. Fisher, in that cell too?
Objection!
Oh, nice voice. Are you trying to pin the blame on him? You must be desperate for doing that already. Shut up. Well, floop the horn there. Either way, you're gonna need evidence you want to accuse someone. Man, I honestly missed Apollo a lot. Literally. Either way, you're gonna need evidence if you want to accuse someone. Where's your evidence then, huh? Well, don't bring up the outfit and the gun. Don't bring any of that. It's indecisive. Do you have evidence, Mr. Justice? No. Evidence is essential. You will need to use it effectively if you wish to advance. I already know that. Well, it sure doesn't seem that way. Your eyes are really just red, or that's purple. Huh. Interesting look. In any case, the important piece of information here is the defendant was apprehended at the crime scene. Miss Skye, what else did you find there? A gun was found next to Chambers when we found him. Gun was found, yeah, that was the next to him, like it wasn't in his hand or something? Can anyone confirm this? Just the entire investigation team. Oh, but what if someone planted the gun to frame Chambers? I mean, how do you plan to prove that?
Objection!
If you'd done your homework, you'd know the defendant brought the gun with him. Antennas. I have 2 witnesses to confirm this. Antennas. Oh, and thanks for letting me bring that tidbit to light. Hey, who would want to frame Chambers anyway? Well, we don't know anyone with a personal motive. No, don't know anyone with a personal motive against Chambers, but, like, we have a lot of people, like, want to, like, I guess, kill Erlenmeyer at the very least, so, In all likelihood, it would be a judge, but Chambers of the way. Guilty! Whoa. Guilty! 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 Guilty, I say! Your Honor, I'm innocent! Innocent! Why doesn't anyone believe me? Innocent! Your Honor, it's okay, I'm not accusing you. Should we have had this judge over this trial? Good, never mind then. By looking at judges, we know Chambers innocent, and that guy obviously didn't do it. But that only leaves Paul Strings. He's the only one who has a personal motive, and I guess that makes sense. Like, why are we've been getting stuff about the golden plate in the bus for some reason, and the blackmail phone call? No idea what the blackmail entails, but like, yeah. But he's the Chief Justice, meaning it would help Chambers to frame Strings, not the opposite. Let's just focus on this testimony for now. Yeah, that's the thing for another day then. We later proved this gun was the murder weapon, like the bullet in the wall corresponds to the gun in the ground. How did you come to this conclusion, scientifically? The gun was fired twice. Since the murderer missed the first shot, we compared the bullet found at the scene of the crime with a test shot from the gun. Scientifically speaking, it was a perfect match. Proving that gun is indeed the murder weapon. But how do you know the victim was really shot that night? You know Erlenmeyer is not alive if you don't have his body. I want to know this, Telmies. How did the killer dispose of the victim's body? Wait, you're not asking the obvious question here?
Objection!
Weren't you listening? We haven't found the corpse yet. There's no way of knowing. I was asking for Miss Skye's opinion. Objection overruled. Please give your opinion as matter, detective.
Objection!
What? Is there really any place for conjecture and opinions in a court of law? Actually, in this case, there is. I mean, if you have absolutely no idea where the body is, you have a big hole in your argument. I don't know which is more pathetic. The fact that we were so surprised at the enforcer's authority that they felt obligated to justify it. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, the other judges in here like always... Oh, the other judges are that terrible. Well, even if Artie wasn't dead, Arthur Emma wasn't dead, Emma. He was kind of similar. Well, Clooney Prison isn't that big. If the body was kept there, I'm sure we would have found it by now. However, the prison is surrounded by a deep, dense forest. It would be natural to conceal a corpse there. So the corpse is in the forest surrounding Clooney Prison. Does that make sense? Like, around the forest? Like, wouldn't you do, like, a whole search around? Then no. Actually, it may have been natural to hide the corpse in the forest. Of course, if that were the case, there would be a big contradiction. And just what does it contradict? The evidence, your testimony. Oh boy. Oh, this is actually... Okay. They're giving us so many details already. Like the Clooney Prison, there's a forest all around it, but the body wasn't found there. Why wouldn't the body be found there? I don't think we have anything evidence-wise. We're stuck like this. Then hold on a second. No, don't mind me. I guess get conjecture-wise testimony maybe first. If not, then that's a dead end. My first thought, like, they would have found the body by now, even though it's a dense forest. The testimony. You believe the defendant disposed of the victim's body in the forest surrounding the Clooney's prison, correct? She was clear enough. And where was the defendant found? Oh, you're talking about that. The victim's prison cell. Now, why would the murderer return to the scene of the crime to get caught? That's not the only contradiction, Miss Sky. What? Seeing the defendant isn't exactly the strongest man around, I think it is safe to assume that if he were the murderer, he would have dragged, not carried, the victim away. Oh, the blood, there's no blood stains in the ground. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now thinking about it. That seems reasonable. What's your point? It contradicts this piece of evidence. The blood. How did the criminal dispose of the body notorious outside the cell? Yeah. Although there was blood inside the victim's cell, there was no blood in the hallway. How do you explain that, Miss Sky? Well, scientifically speaking, peroxide. Lots and lots of peroxide. If the culprit dragged the body out, then they used the body as a Zamboni and filled it up with peroxide to clean up afterwards.
Objection!
All you prove is that the witness's assumption was wrong. There's still plenty of evidence that points to the defendant. We only just proved like this. I guess the assumption of where the body was, but the body would have to be carried then anyway. Exactly. Besides, how do you explain the trace of blood we found on the defendant's robe? Blood on the defendant's robes? You didn't mention that before. Please add this to your testimony. Of course, Your Honor. That's new. We found the defendant unconscious in the victim's prison cell. A gun was next to chambers. So they proved this gun was the murder weapon. Okay, all the way back to the beginning. We didn't really Myers alive, even if we don't have his body. You didn't ask the question there that I thought you would. The bullet discovered the scene indicates he was shot in the forehead. I guess we have to go all the way down. Let's just get more information for the time being. How can you know what the victim's body is missing? The bullet's location. Could you please clarify? Well, looking at the bullet's location, assuming the victim was standing at the time, assuming he was standing, Chambers had to be aiming at his forehead when he fired the gun. If that bullet missed, this is nothing but conjecture. Well, we don't have the bullet from the victim. This is the only explanation that fits. That's not even everything. Well, at the very least, like, a bullet was fired towards the wall, so that's, yeah. We also found traces of blood on both the wall and bed. They were very visible traces, so, yeah. What if the blood was present before the murder? What? And hold on, let me look at it again. I thought of something interesting. The victim's blood, they actually tested, like, how do they actually test the victim's blood, then? That's actually, that's another question. What if the blood was present before the murder? Wouldn't the judge brought it up or something like that? Scientifically speaking, it couldn't have been. Oh, like, you're going with, like, how long, the blood dried or anything like that. First of all, the guards would have noticed it. You can't prove that. Humans aren't perfect. I wasn't finished. Maybe the reason is that the blood hadn't completely dried yet when we got to the scene. Oh. Win by KO. This is not Punch-Out. So much for that theory. We found the exact same blood in the defendant's robe. That's something new. The defendant's robe. That's right. Although I have to say, I really don't dig it. But, hey, I like the black robes. They make one look dignified. In any case, traces of the victim's blood were found in the defendant's robe. That's what's important here. Genetic testing established that was the victim's blood. Genetic testing? Genetic? Like, you actually got, like, next of kin or something? Genetic testing? Yep, we had a sample of Erlenmeyer's blood. We compared it with the blood in the cell, and it was a perfect match. Well... Wait, do police, like, get blood samples from people who are arrested? Naturally, like, I know a fingerprint is a thing, but blood samples? That's a bit weird. Even more proof of what happened in that cell. Oh, well, if, like, Erlenmeyer came to confess and all that, like, they would have, like, I guess, decide to, like, see if, like, any of his DNA matched the crime scene, just like that? I guess makes sense. Taking everything into account, the evidence and testimony all point to Chambers, so we had to arrest him. The blood on his robes. That's a new statement, so this must be something significant with it, but, Continuing on. Was the witness testimony that big of a deal? Considering it's conclusive, yes. The first thing that happened when we arrived at Clooney's prison was the witness accusing Chambers. What if the accusation influenced the subsequent investigation? Apollo, we collected all the evidence at the scene. No matter how you look at it, it points to the defendant, doesn't it? I hate to admit it, but yes. There's so much evidence against Chambers. It may be an uphill battle, but it's worth it! Yeah, you're right. The testimony just lists the bare evidence found. This is the prosecutor's basic argument. If we can't crack this, we already sunk. Ugh. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure you can do it. Just try your best. Okay, then. My best is not my, the best is my worst, so I'm, oh boy. Okay, so we have to do something with, the robes. Found traces of blood on both the wall and bed. We found this exact same blood. Defendant's robe. Was there that big of a blood spray? We found the exact same blood in the defendant's robe. Wait, okay, just got reminded. Wasn't the judge wearing a guard up at the time, though? Yeah. Objection! I'm afraid that could not have happened, Miss Sky. What are you talking about? If the defendant was actually the murderer, the blood would have gotten the clothes he was wearing. And at the time, he's wearing this uniform, not a robe. Just keep in mind now, does the judge just wear those robes everywhere? You too? Just every time the judge gets any judge that gets the robe, they just wear it everywhere? Well, I gotta say, it's like it's fashionable. What? But he was wearing a robe when we found him. The interrogation team might confirm that. The real murderer must have.
Objection.
I must give you credit. I didn't think you picked that up. Huh? Oh, thanks. Okay. Of course, you're still only a little red horn, greenhorn. I'm wearing a red business suit, and I'm not a greenhorn. Well, Apollo's like, this is 5th case, so it gets big greenhorn. Don't stop. After all, you did just do my job. Something tells me this isn't gonna be good. From the way Chambers described her, it's never gonna be good with Poole. Collecting the pool of bloods. The traces of blood clear up all the contradictions. Here's what happened. Chambers first came to Clooney prison with the guard uniform over his robe. He shot the victim in the forehead and used the uniform to stop the blood. That's what you're going with. That makes a lot of sense. Although there was still blood splatter, the uniform prevented any blood from spilling while depositing the body in the nearby forest. Afterwards, he came back to the cell to clean up the blood and wipe his fingerprints. However, he realized the enormity of what he had done and passed out. Okay. That's like a pretty solid argument. And there aren't any contradictions. I can actually buy that a tiny bit as an argument, because, like, the whole thing of, like, killing in the heat of passion, and I'm, like, trying to, like, do things all over, and then, like, thinking back, like, trying to think, like, I guess, more conclusively going back than fainting. I guess I can buy that. It makes a bit of sense, I guess. This is what we gathered from Miss Sky's testimony. Robert Erlenmeyer is undoubtedly dead, and the defendant is the primary suspect because A, he's found the crime scene, B, his fingerprints are on the murder weapon, C, there was blood in his clothes, and D, we have a witness. Man, like, was there a lot of blood actually at the crime scene? Which, wow, actually. All this does sound convincing. I was about to say the same thing. I'm just getting started. I like how I'm just slowly just giving Geralt Strings the exact same judge voice slowly. My gosh. I'm just getting started. Uh-oh. In addition to all this overwhelming evidence, the defendant had a crystal clear motive. Miss Sky, if you please testify about it. One motive coming right up. Oh boy, that's next on the menu. Oh boy, well, this would be a good time to leave these things off here. Okay. That was actually a good conclusive argument. Actually, all the things I was thinking back in my head, I'm actually being cleared up now. But, I'm just thinking like the wig is the only thing that's weird to think about. Honestly, there's literally a lot of things point to him, and it's hard to think of anything going against him. All this stuff is gonna come into play later, but we'll get to it. We get to it. So they're probably gonna go with the whole talking about Judge Chambers killed Erlenmeyer because of his Erlenmeyer killing Arthur Chambers, like in the serial killing spree, or like I guess kidnapping him in a sense. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, this is not looking good. Well, we're going to figure out a way to actually rebut that in all due time. So, what a fun time to watch as I am playing this. Hope you see me next time, what time may be. And I hope you have a fantastic day.